Imagine waking up. The bedroom lights softly fade in, and before you even sit up, the sleek coffee machine on your nightstand starts brewing. Your smartwatch has already logged your sleep cycle. It is the ultimate frictionless morning. But connecting every appliance to the internet is a lot like deciding your house needs more fresh air, so you punch dozens of new windows into the walls. You definitely get more light, but you've also just created dozens of unmonitored entry points for intruders, and those intruders are constantly testing the locks. Right now, there are over 820,000 cyber attacks launched against smart devices every single day. Look at this chart comparing malicious software trends. The lower line is traditional PC malware, which remains relatively stable. But this aggressive upward curve, that represents a 124%. In our rush to buy total convenience, we have unknowingly built a sprawling, unguarded playground for hackers. The problem is structural. A standard computer or smartphone has the processing power and memory to run constantly updating antivirus software, but a smart light bulb or a cheap thermostat, they are built for low cost and high efficiency, leaving absolutely no room for heavy security software. Then there is the human element. 35% of these devices hit the internet running on their basic factory settings, and 82% of consumers never bother to change the default passwords. Attackers don't even need to be sophisticated. They deploy automated scanning tools that sweep the web, rapidly testing the exact same combinations, like admin for the username and admin for the password, unlocking devices in fractions of a second. The systemic failure stems from a dangerous overlap: manufacturers prioritizing cost over security, and consumers neglecting the most basic digital hygiene. That lack of attention gets terrifying when you realize what these devices actually collect. Many budget smart gadgets transmit data in plain text, meaning they send your sensitive audio, video, and personal information across the web without any encryption. Anyone intercepting the signal can read or watch it instantly. Take a look at these boxes for the Owlet Smart Baby Monitor. In 2016, researchers discovered that these devices, designed to measure an infant's heart rate, were sending data completely unencrypted. Strangers could intercept the medical data and even access live camera feeds of sleeping children. 3 years later, the stakes escalated. Here is the lens of a Ring home security camera. In 2019, attackers exploited weak passwords to access dozens of these cameras inside living rooms. They didn't just watch families silently. They used the built-in speakers to physically speak to and terrorize people in their own homes. When encryption is absent and passwords remain weak, the most intimate spaces in a home become accessible to anyone with an internet connection. Beyond observation, hackers use remote code execution, or RCE, to manipulate the physical world. This technique allows an attacker thousands of miles away to slip malicious instructions into a device and force it to perform physical actions. On a corporate scale, this means infiltrating building automation systems. An attacker can hijack a network to shut down a facility's heating and cooling systems, or remotely trigger the locks on secure doors. The danger peaks in hospitals with the Internet of Medical Things. Life-saving equipment, like infusion pumps and patient monitors, are frequently running on severely outdated operating systems that manufacturers no longer support. We saw the devastating result of outdated legacy systems in 2017. This image captures the fallout of the WannaCry ransomware attack, which exploited old vulnerabilities to paralyze hospital networks across 150 countries, locking doctors out of critical patient data. The impact of a network vulnerability now extends to the mechanical systems that keep patients alive, which brings up a very logical question. Why would a highly skilled hacker waste their time breaking into a cheap smart bulb or a washing machine? They aren't interested in the bulb's data. They want its processor. By infecting thousands of vulnerable devices, attackers can script them into a botnet, a massive hijacked zombie army made up of ordinary home appliances. This swarm is then weaponized to execute a distributed denial of service, or DDoS attack. The botnet aims all those hijacked devices at a single corporate server, flooding it with so much fake web traffic that the target system entirely collapses under the immense digital weight. This exact scenario played out in 2016 with the Mirai botnet. It harnessed everyday household gadgets to launch an overwhelming assault that temporarily erased major pillars of the internet from the web, successfully bringing down the massive digital infrastructure that supports global entertainment giants and simultaneously paralyzing the world's primary real-time communication platforms in a matter of hours. The collective processing power of unprotected household gadgets provides the ammunition necessary to sustain global cyber warfare. As vast as this threat is, securing your own digital perimeter comes down to strict digital hygiene. The very first thing you must do with any new device is erase the factory default password, replace it with a strong, unique one, and you must immediately enable multi-factor authentication. Next, you need to set up network segmentation. This means creating a separate guest Wi-Fi network on your router and isolating all your smart home devices onto it. This creates a quarantine zone. If a hacker manages to compromise your coffee maker, they cannot use it as a bridge to execute lateral movement, meaning they can't jump over to your primary network where your laptop and sensitive banking data live. On a larger scale, the tech industry is shifting toward a philosophy called security by design. Instead of treating security as a software afterthought, manufacturers are now baking protective elements directly into the physical hardware chips on the assembly line. Networks are also deploying artificial intelligence to perform anomaly detection. If your home's smart thermostat suddenly tries to transmit massive amounts of data to an unrecognized foreign server, the AI recognizes the abnormal behavior and instantly freezes the device's connection. The Internet of Things is only going to grow, weaving itself deeper into our daily routines. Surviving it will require engineered immunity from the people who built these devices and vigilant, informed boundary setting from the people who plug them in.